do it. I can do it. Yeah. Hey, we're live, everybody. It's Nice Guy Andy podcast. You know who I am. I'm Nice Guy Andy. We got Leon Lexington in the house with us. What's up, Leon?
What's up? What's up?
We got New South Wrestling Pro Wrestling owner Anthony Presley is here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And there's a guy over here named what's your name again? Enzo. Real one.
Technically speaking, there's
The realist in the room.
on the whole Enzo deal.
Okay, so it's a real one.
Hey, listen, you call me Zoe, you call me Enzo, you call me Champ, you call me Enzo Amore, just don't call me fucking late for dinner, all right?
I feel that.
Yeah. No, listen, man. As a performer these days, I go by Real One, which is cool, but a lot of people don't know this about me. My name is Eric.
Eric?
I
think I did know that. The encyclopedia in there definitely knows that.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you know, in wrestling and in life and in college and in high school, I was always known as EA. Went by my initials. So when I got into wrestling and I broke into NXT, Florida Championship Wrestling, let me correct that, FCW.
What year was that when you broke
I had
in?
a tryout in October of 2011, and I started with Charlotte Flair, Mojo, and Baron Corbin. We're the only people that made it out of a class like 30-something. That were recruited and started on July 1st of 2012. So I went by EA all day for the first 8 months. I was under contract, 7 months. Then they gave me the name Enzo Amore, which I chose and pitched for tooth and nail. But I was the last guy to get a name out of my recruiting class. I thought I was getting fired the whole time. Never got a name, never on the website. Show up to an NXT taping and I'm booked to do a job, but I got a microphone, and I got to cut a promo that changed my life that day, right on the spot. John Cena was backstage to hold the house in NXT for the dark segment. When we first began, we weren't drawing very well, so we always brought talent from the main roster down to be in the dark segment. And John Cena saw me debut, and he came up to me and asked me if I wanted to go in the ring with him after the show, which went over everyone's head, all the brass in NXT, including Hunter. John Cena's going to do what John Cena wants to do, and he wants to cut a promo with me out there. And I told John Cena, not knowing a lot about the business and how it works, that Big Cass was my tag team partner when he wasn't. And next thing you know, we're in the Gorilla Curtain after the show of NXT taping, and Hunter and my coach at the time, Bill DeMott, look at me, and Cass, and I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing back here? And here comes John Cena, and he's like, hey, man, I want to cut a promo with these guys. Is that cool, Hunter? And Hunter was like, go for it. And when we went out there, I spelt out soft, and John Cena repeated it. He went, and that's all it takes. It ain't me saying it, dog.
Yeah.
I said it, and John Cena went, wait, what did you call him? And I said, SAWFD. Swift. Next thing you know, John Cena's repeating it. The crowd starts repeating it, and the rest is history, man. So my first day on the job, first day as Enzo Amore. One of the only occasions where you will ever see me in life in tights. The only occasion, actually. They made me wear fucking spandex. I wasn't happy about it. I'm glad I got to invent swag and show people what cool looks like when it came to ring gear.
Yeah, I feel like you were really, like, at that point in time, nobody had really been doing that. It was tights. Everybody everybody looked the same.
I invented something that is seen in fashion now. Okay, overalls, right? But when you take the overalls down, you write something on the inside, which would be inside out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When overalls drop at the waist, I would write on the inside flap of the overall. So it was a reveal. Like when I was in the UK, I wore the overalls, and I took the straps down, and I had the UK flag on the inside of it, and the whole building went, it was a cheap pop. It was a nice cheap pop, boy. But it was that real RC Cola, boy. That was a fucking cheap pop right there. But yeah, I see people wearing those overalls, and that's cool. And you know, a little bit of leopard print on everything I wore just to market myself. You know, you see people. We
were talking about Jordans outside. What was your favorite pair to wear in the ring?
Hey, listen, I just got to say to people, look, I didn't invent wearing Jordans, but I will say it ain't about, you know, it ain't about the shoe. It's about who's wearing them. All right, motherfuckers. Beyond that, I just took something that was already cool and put it on my Smack Talker Skywalker. Star Wars is already over, dog. I'm just stealing shit that's already over, and you know, I would suggest that to any young wrestler out there trying to make it. Hey, man, find the coolest TikTok dance that people are doing and go do it on TV, right?
Yeah.
You know, hey, people ask me for advice on wrestling. But the best advice I can give them is invent a dance.
Yeah. You had a guy at the airport the other day doing your dance.
Hey, man, I left a legacy. It might not be much, but people see me, they dance, dude. So
he was getting
I'll
down.
fucking take it, bro. Hey, when you become the guy, when people see you in life, they go, "How you doing?" And then they dance. You did something.
Yeah,
and it's okay with me.
If TikTok would have been around then, it would have fucking exploded.
Yeah, man, that was funny. A kid did it on ESPN. So, you know, they have fan cam. Some kid's at a Celtics game, and he gets on camera. He sees it. He pops up and starts doing my dance, and it was on Sports Center.
Yeah.
And everybody was posting and tagging me at that time, and it's a weird industry, ain't it, man? It's cool, man. People like it.
And it gets people looking and searching for you, and they see what you're doing nowadays with the hip hop.
It's so fun, man.
Yeah, I got you know, I love the hip hop. Hip hop's part of my soul. That's what got me into pro wrestling. I was a rapper in 2010, trying to get a record.
Who's
deal.
your favorites? Who's your inspirations on hip hop?
On hip hop? Nas, Lil Wayne, old Lil Wayne.
Don't you have a Wu-Tang tattoo?
I love Wu-Tang.
Yeah, we got the Wu-Tang
Honestly,
magazine.
You gotta say Eminem.
I almost wore my Wu-Tang Crocs. I got a pair of
Anybody who
Crocs.
doesn't say Eminem is just a bullshit liar.
Yeah.
Early, at least in my book.
Yeah, man. That first couple albums, they changed the world. They lit the world on fire. It was a white guy with blue eyes and blonde hair, and it was egregious. Really, the things he was saying was fucking egregious.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it worked, didn't it, man?
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff wrote a book about that, right, guys? All you wrestling fans? Controversy creates cash.
That's correct.
And Eminem capitalized on that. Fucked a lot of people's lives up, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of mom and dads out here
Yeah.
fucking still upset about that
Yeah,
shit,
for real.
man, right?
I think the game's got it coming up now.
Oh, the game? The
yeah,
rapper? The
he
game?
dissed him.
For what he did, you know, the
I don't think M is even going to respond, though. I think it's
Eminem got dissed by the
the-
game.
the-
Yeah,
the game.
the game.
an
yeah.
8-minute song. Like an
8 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
8
Oh,
I
minutes.
didn't listen to it.
I
Damn.
doubt Eminem will even come back to it.
Dude, I love
Oh,
the
I think he
documentary,
will.
that first album, The Game. You think Eminem's not going to come
No,
back for something?
I think it's
Eminem
gonna-
is streaming millions
I
of
think
streams.
it's more of a
Still.
hit to him. If he doesn't come back to the game, it makes the game look so much worse.
Well,
It may.
there's been a bunch of other artists already cutting disses on his behalf. Pat Stay did, and then he passed away shortly right
Hey,
after.
man, I ain't
Yeah.
dissing Eminem, dude. And you know what? Like, I am Smack Talker Skywalker. I'll step toe-to-toe with anybody on that microphone, boy. But I ain't fucking barking
I
up
think
that tree, dude.
I think you and Riff Raff need a tape together.
Oh, Riff
I think
Raff?
it's inevitable.
Oh,
it needs to
man.
happen.
Yeah, he created mumble rap, right? Rip rap.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, I saw a video of Riff Raff.
He was training for a little bit with Hogan.
Oh, he was, right? I saw a video of Riff Raff with Dirt Nasty, if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
Old
Yeah,
MTV
Simon Rex.
personality,
Simon Rex, yeah.
And they were just like walking back and forth to the camera, just spitting bars that made no sense at all, that were just like funny shit. And I sat there that very day, and I must have watched about 10 hours of Riff Raff YouTube material.
Oh, yeah. He's got fucking
And it was
200
like I had
videos.
a
on there.
broken leg. It was in 2016.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget going through like everything that I saw. And you know what Riff Raff did for me? He put me onto Action Bronson.
Oh, yeah, he's the GOAT. He
Yeah.
was just on
Wire,
AEW
dog.
a couple weeks
Pitching
ago.
on a Wire, that show. I mean, that,
on
that
a Wire,
music
yeah.
video.
Yeah, that's a classic
I remember that
right
was
there.
how I saw fucking. But look at man, Riff
That-
Raff. Is
that was
a
one of Riff
hustler,
Raff's
and
best-
I just think Riff Raff is fucking hilarious. I just think he's funny. So I'm never going to take anything away from a guy that can make me laugh or make me smile.
He invented a whole culture.
Did
Like,
he?
like in my opinion, he did. He invented a whole that whole mumble rap evolved off of Riff Raff just doing what he was doing
I would
with
not give Riff Raff credit for mumble rap.
I would.
There was
That's-
people in the hood doing that.
Nah,
before I heard
it was
him.
like Riff Raff and then Young Thug came out and that was it. It was over.
Oh, bro, Young Thug, man.
Free the GOAT.
What the fuck
He's-
was that song that he... Lifestyle.
It was Lifestyle.
That was
Yeah.
it, bro.
He's a-
that song used to make me and my boy laugh so hard. It's funny. The Enzo dance that I do was invented to that song in
That's
an
awesome.
Orlando bar
That's awesome.
with my boy Dante.
I'm a big Young Thug fan, so that was the definitely gonna be the coolest
Man, I
story.
am not a big Young Thug fan.
I love Thug.
Dude, I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm not up to speed on what's popping right now in hip hop or music in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a bubble.
Yeah.
I own a music studio, and I hear the music that's being created in that motherfucker. But if I'm driving on the road, I don't even listen to music, man. I listen to podcasts and YouTubes and videos, and I listen fucking, just bullshit.
And
definitely not shit about wrestling. Sorry for you guys. I know you guys are doing it right now. We got a stream going that is wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a far cry
It's
from
more-
the bubble I live in.
It's
boy.
more about the people that we bring in. The wrestling is, the premise, and it brings people in. But
Bro, wrestling is everything.
we
It changed my life. I love it. I'm not dissing.
I love it, but like we bring in the people and that sit in the chair where you're sitting, and I want to know who they are. I want to know what they're doing, and how they became wrestlers.
We brought in the Fiji Wildman on Wednesday. He's a deaf indie wrestler, and that was like the craziest thing I'd ever heard of. Like, it was the most inspirational interview I've ever listened to.
Yeah, he's
Awesome, man.
He was deaf. Yeah, he was sitting over there in his.
I know that I know a few guys in the industry that are deaf.
Yeah.
I met a few. Pretty cool to see
He
that.
said
I mean,
that,
we've had guys with one leg.
He said he got
shit.
he said he cannot hear at all, and he's been deaf since he was 2, and he got such a big pop, like at a wrestling event, that he heard it. He said I heard that. He said, yeah. So it like
for him, man.
wrestling was like wrestling just came to him. It's like and.
Speaking of pops, who's getting the biggest pop these days? I don't watch TV, guys. I don't have cable.
Punk or Roman.
MJF.
MJF,
MJF is
he's hot as fire right now.
Yeah, he's like a modern Flair going on the way he's going.
1 second he can get the crowd, like he's got the baby, and then the next minute he's got the heel part. So he's definitely just transitioning both of those. Like he's definitely a heel, but
I know I have some mutual acquaintances, some friends that put him over to me huge. A buddy of mine, Smoke Dizza, a rapper.
He's so young too.
Smoke Dizza hit me up recently and was just putting him over, talking about how he's a cool kid and he's a good guy, and he became boys with him, and like just outside of the personality that's probably on TV. Like, I don't watch it, so I don't know. I know who he is. I know what he portrays. I shook his hand one time. I met him, but I never talked to him. I'm real happy to hear that, there's just another company out there where guys are getting the stick, making a name for themselves. And
AEW is falling apart right now, though. It's the way it seems to me, at least.
Impact's good too. I mean, Impact's really good too.
Shout out MLW, Court Bauer. Congratulations on.
Who was you just at?
I'm not signed to any company, so just to clear the air here,
Yeah.
I show up and I do things for different people at different times.
Yeah, you're an indie wrestler.
I wouldn't call me an indie wrestler. I would call me a fucking.
You're like the biggest indie wrestler.
Oh,
He's
come
still
on.
a
No,
superstar.
dog. I'm not an indie wrestler. I'm
Okay.
a musician. I
Okay.
make music. I own a music studio.
Okay, so you're a musician
I'm
that
a
does indie
producer.
wrestling.
I'm a producer. I'm a television writer. People don't even know this. I write TV scripts, okay?
Okay, cool.
I'm in a writing game. I wrote all that shit that you ever heard me say on television,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
write all my music, right? Every single word. No one ever writes a word for me. And that is my forte, dude. I'm a writer.
I mean, that's
I'm
just
not
like
an indie
you're
wrestler.
just part of
I
it.
come to wrestling events and love to meet people, love to meet fans, love to go into locker rooms, shake hands. Like, hell yeah, man, I love wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I owe it all to wrestling. I wouldn't be making music now for a living and comfortably if it weren't for, like, I own a music studio and a boxing gym.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's because of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm never going to,
Kind of like Joe Rogan did. He did Fear Factor, and then now he's the biggest podcaster ever.
Yeah,
but
I just want to parlay pro wrestling. You know what I mean? Look at all these greats. Like, look at Bubba Ray, Mark Henry. Fucking, they got a busted open radio show, right? They're in radio. They're making good money. They transitioned out of wrestling. They're still in wrestling, but then you got guys like Jericho who do Fozzy, and they tour the world. And then you got Dwayne Johnson, obviously John Cena in Hollywood now.
Oh, John
Batista.
Cena's great. Did you watch Peacemaker?
Batista, even Sasha's in fucking Star Wars, bro. Like, there's just opportunity for pro wrestlers, and I've persevered in cancel culture potentially more than anyone that got slapped in the face with it like I did. I literally, I'm the poster boy of like fuck you to that.
Yeah.
Like poster boy for like innocence and lashing back and saying I'm not apologizing for nothing. I'm not fucking saying, you know what I mean? Like go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like here's a song about fuck you, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, bro, at that point, when I made Phoenix and I dropped a music video and 5,000 people came to meet me.
The album, like the cover of that album is awesome. Who did that for you?
Phoenix artwork, actually the guy from Nerds, man.
Yeah.
You guys know Eric Medina. Shout
Okay.
out my boy Eric. He's having super success working with AEW and shit and making their jackets and their merch. And he's just a fucking dude, bro. He's a great guy. And he worked on all the artwork for my first album, Rosemary's Baby, which people don't realize. My first album in music was compilation music from 2013 to
Okay.
2018. That's 5 years of sound.
Yeah.
It did not sound the same throughout that album. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you're jumping all over the place.
Well, I was listening to you. I was sitting in the studio and I was setting up everything because I had some feedback problems, so I had to figure that out. But I sit here and watched your all your videos and like your music transitions. Like you'll have you're like you got a whole band behind you 1 second, and then the next second you're rapping over a beat. Like you're definitely like doing different
Versatile,
things.
baby.
Yeah,
Renaissance,
versatile.
man. Look it. Truth of the matter. If you ever watched me and in backstages or whatever, I'm an actor, right? Pro wrestlers are actors.
So I put a little bit of your album on the there on the.
Oh hell yeah!
the
Oh, I
tag
see
there.
you, bro. Look what you did there.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, I
I
don't
did.
own NZO, so that's a wrap on that.
The NZO, you don't own the NZO part?
I never owned it, but I was allowed to use it
Okay.
because a clothing line that no longer exists and owns the copyright to it doesn't have lawyer money to stop anyone
Okay.
from using it.
Yeah, I understand.
So if I wanted to use it, I could back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
But I've always owned and copyrighted real ones since
Okay.
2017 when I was in the WWE and
Yeah.
I changed my handle. I owned it already. So I was always transitioning. I was always ready for a life outside of pro wrestling. Not to say that I'll never be out of pro wrestling. Like, who's to say that I'm not Jerry Lawler one day
Yeah.
doing this shit at 75, bro?
Like Anthony says, you're never out of it.
Man, I had a casket match with Jerry the King Lawler in the Mid-Hudson Civic Center.
How was that?
I mean, highlight of
No,
my
no.
career, maybe, like up there, like top 5, top 10, like really good shit.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, man. Like, and dude,
You're-
we didn't reinvent the wheel. There was some druids carrying a casket that took about 8 minutes. There was about Enzo on the mic.
Who won
took
that
about
match?
5. I took that L. I went in that casket, boy.
So let's talk about hip hop some more because you're an artist. Tell us about your studio. Tell us about any. Do you have people? Do you have a label?
If you're in North Bergen, if you're in the Hudson County area, New Jersey, Bergen County, I own Cinderella Man Music Studios on 73rd and Bergen line. Feel free to come in for a consultation, book studio time, rehearsal time. You got drums, you got guitars, you got banjos, whatever the fuck you play. You want vox, you want to just do vocals, we got that too. So it's been cool. We've had
So do you have a label, or do
oh
you?
yeah, hell yeah, man! I've owned a label since day one, bro.
So do
I
you-
am my own label, Real One Records.
So
Baby.
you have an artist underneath you?
Hell no,
No, you don't have any artists underneath.
hell no. I ain't. Bro, I'm focused on one thing right
You.
now, bro.
Yeah, okay, I
That's
understand.
it. Yeah, I got
so,
to.
like when you go out and tour, do you tour with other people? Do you open for other people?
I
or-
have yet to tour. I haven't put out enough music yet to tour. I have a rap album and a rock album, a dual disc coming out.
And you have a band too, right?
I have a band, called Real One in the How You Doing band. Shout out my drummer Greg. He was in 40 Below Summer. I just did a bunch of work recently with Mark Rizzo from Soulfly and El Nino. I got my buddy Zaki Ali's my partner in the studio. He's a beast, recording, engineering, playing every single instrument that can be played. He's in my band. I got Alejandro Mena, who's in a few other bands that are pretty prevalent, and he's our bassist. And then I've got Brandon Hawk, who's a beast on the guitar as well. So that's the How You Doing band. Just like Bruce Springsteen had the E Street band.
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey. This is the How You Doing band.
So if there's any places out here like these little concert halls or anything that wanted to book you, how would they get a hold of you? Like just
in
email
in my bio on Instagram and on Twitter is music booking and wrestling booking emails. So you can hit up Trey. She's in my email. I don't know exactly what her email is. It's like Trey Valkyrie or some shit like that. Whatever, dude.
It's easy to find.
Yeah.
There's
The
still
email's
real
right
one.
there in the bio, boy. So if you want to book me in music, if you want to book me in rap, I've just been performing recently in music. Did a few things down at the Jersey Shore, which were super cool. The Wonder Bar and Stone Pony. These places are like the shit of a legend. Like, this is where Bruce Springsteen made his sound, made his name for himself. Southside Johnny still sells that bitch out. Dude, the Stone Pony's big, okay? And that venue probably holds like 15,000, 10,000, I don't know. Maybe I'm being generous. Probably about a few thousand, dog. Like, between 3 and 8, maybe. But, bro, I was just at a Southside Johnny concert. This guy's been playing the Stone Pony since 1971.
Wow.
Sells it out every summer, takes off all winter, does his shit like twice a summer, and that's it. And that's all he has to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, dude. He works 2 days a year, and he's fucking good. That's my dream, bro. I've been around the world 10 times. I've seen it all. I've seen everything but the wind.
Where's your favorite place to be out of everywhere?
Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Really? Back home?
Asbury, at home. I'm from South Hackensack. I fucking grew up right outside Manhattan, Hudson County, Bergen County, my stomping grounds. I went to high school and moved to a town that no one's ever heard of, so I rarely ever say it, but it is my pride and joy. I am proud to be from that town. I'm proud to give them their only winning record in high school football in fucking 30 years.
Hell yeah.
In 30 years when I was a senior, that's the only winning team they've had. So, and I stomped all over Victor Cruz, which got me into the WWE, bro. Highlights of me talking shit about Victor Cruz when the Giants were going to the Super Bowl went viral on Barstool.
Wow.
And that clip got shown to Triple H. Triple H got me a tryout in the WWE.
Heck yeah.
So that's that. That's that story, man. If it wasn't for playing college football, I know a lot of wrestlers want to take different routes to get where they want to go. But, man, I went and played college football. And with the NIL and everything that they're doing these days, I would suggest you want to be great at wrestling, go to college for, like, communication. Speak in front of fucking people. Learn how to captivate people. Learn the psychology behind it. And then go to school for athletics. Like, play a sport. And then you might get scooped up by the WWE's NIL program. Otherwise, you might not ever get in, dog. I don't think they're taking indie wrestlers anymore.
So if
I think they've started kind of doing that now that Vince is gone. They had one of our wrestlers.
Oh, they're going back to the indie guys?
They brought her back in, and she was the first Danny Moe. We talked about it.
Danny Moe is a badass.
She was on Raw the other night, and it was the first time that they've had an indie talent wrestling on Raw.
Danny Moe's awesome. And her fucking man Facade is one of the best free agent pro wrestlers that maybe nobody's heard of. He's the Neon Ninja. Check him out, people. If you've never seen this kid, he walks the ropes like they're fucking like tightrope, bro.
They're both on our roster. They're with us every show. They're amazing.
Awesome. Good.
He had a match. He had a match. The X Division match was against Mickey Midas, right?
Yeah, but then he also had the one with what's his name?
Mickey Midas is awesome too. He was on AEW.
Former WWE star that he wrestled. Alex Zane.
Alex Zane, he's from Lexington.
Awesome match.
Alex Zane's here from Lexington.
He was in NXT, and then he was released. Now he's doing Japan.
Stuff.
We brought him back into his hometown here, and he worked against Facade, and they had an awesome match.
Yeah, Facade's awesome, man. He's sick at what he does, dude. I was saying I'd love to work him somewhere, and that's really what.
Be here. We're gonna bring him in.
Oh yeah, you're gonna bring him into work.
You know, like for me, wrestling. You know, for 2 years when I got released, dude, you couldn't get me near a wrestling building, a promotion. I never did the indies before. I had no desire to do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I did some comic cons, some like monster cons, and like some random shit. You know what I mean? Like meet and greets and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I did nothing wrestling. It wasn't until Jon Moxley left the WWE and he took his first match against Big Cass, who was trying to get clean and was getting sober, and was really trying to get back into pro wrestling, that I took a booking where I managed Big Cass at Six Flags Great Adventure, New Jersey. They had thousands of people there, close to 10, maybe 5, 6 or something. And
you and Cass still close?
Oh, I talk to him every day, but it's about fantasy football.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Big Cass was having his first indie match, Jon Moxley's first indie match, right? And I was the manager of it, and it was my first indie match. And I just saw Cass and Mox brothering around in the ring, just calling work out there on the fly, changing things on the fly. The crowd was lit, and it was no different than a WWE show. It was.
Yeah.
I've been to WWE shows that didn't have 5,000 people, and they were Raw events. You know what I mean? Well, that's maybe a lie. Not when I was there. We were selling out houses, boys. Brock was working on top, not me.
I remember how many of your T-shirts was in the crowd watching back then. It was the soft tee was everywhere.
Certified G, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was a blessing, bro. Without that money, I definitely would not have saw it. I wouldn't have been rich. There was a time, bro, where me and Cass were swimming in it, bro. It was a lot of fun, and it was a really, really great experience for the both of us just to look out in the crowd and see that many fucking shirts. And you know what? I never took it for granted, not for a fucking second, and that's real shit. If you want to see somebody in a moment, see somebody enjoying something, seeing somebody like literally relishing in this moment and knowing like how special it is, and knowing that it could end tomorrow. Bro, I got knocked out cold. I broke my leg in the WWE ring. My career almost ended twice when it first started. So I knew this shit could end at any moment. And I was out that bitch really, really loving life. And through that process, it was moments where Cass would like tap me and be like, bro, look at how many shirts are in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, you know, after the promo, the heels are coming out. We know we're not on camera, and we're talking.
The pizza's here if you want to. Somebody.
Bring that fucking hut in here.
Hey,
boy.
bring the pizza.
Well, I think that y'all were a group of tag teams that
Give me
really.
that mini pie, that personnel. I need that personality.
Hey, somebody bring him his pizza. There you
It's
go.
personal, bro.
There you go.
I hope you don't take this shit personal, but I will.
Well, how you
You
doing?
want another beer?
Not gonna get his
You need another beer? We'll feed you around here.
Look at that
Get you a
sexy
drink.
little boy.
I got some wing. Did the wings ever show up? No, not yet. Oh,
You
the
was
tossed and
also
sauce wings.
talking to us over at the signing about your brother, how talented he is and what he does in the
Yeah,
music
man.
industry.
I am. Look, if I don't get fired from the WWE, my life doesn't happen the way it does. And what my life did was it provided opportunity for my family and friends. That's
Yeah.
what happened. That's really what happened. I was able to change lives. And that's what life is about. What is opportunity if you don't provide it unto others?
Exactly. Exactly.
And so by me making Phoenix my music video,
Just bring it in. Yeah, don't. I'm scared. There's a chair over there if you want to grab it and sit down. Okay. All right. Have anybody else can come and sit in that chair if they want.
so I make Phoenix music video, right? My brother did that. My brother edited it. He shot it. It was our vision. He helped me direct it. He picked out the scouted the locations for it, all that shit.
Yeah.
And that was a budget, right? I ponied up the money to shoot that, and we made that money back tenfold. Phoenix has got millions of streams.
It does. Yeah.
And
I think 200. Is it 200 million? Is that right?
fucking
Something like
find
that.
out, bro. I don't look.
I think on World Star.
No, 200 million. I mean, streams, that sounds insane. But that
World
that
Star
number's
at-
astronomical.
I thought
no,
it was
World
a-
Star has about 4 million views on the
Yeah, I
video.
thought it was 4
Okay.
million is what I saw. Yeah.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, way off.
But
About
still, it's
396
very,
million off.
very impressive. I mean, yeah.
First song I ever made.
Yeah.
What a way to launch yourself into music. Hey, here's your first song, get millions of streams.
And that was your real dream, right? So
That
as
was
you
my
said-
real dream, but no, my real dream was, dude, I know I can't wrestle forever. And my prime, I mean, I'm in it right now. I'm 35.
So when you wrote that, you didn't even think you wasn't even doing wrestling right anymore, right? When you wrote that song, when you put that
When I made that song, I was 5 months outside of pro wrestling,
Yeah.
sitting on the video for about 3 months. I had an investigation done on my behalf, literally paid for it,
Yeah.
to prove my innocence. And when I released that report to the media, on that very day, I said I'll be in Times Square. 5,000 people showed up to Times Square, and at the very same time at 8 p.m., when Raw kicked off, I dropped World Star, my music video, and it got more millions of views than the main event did that night.
Okay.
And in my mind, I was like, I won tonight. So
I remember,
Exactly.
done.
I
That's
remember
it, right?
sitting in my car and seeing that song pop up for the first time, and I was like, I did not know Enzo raps.
Well, nobody did, and that's how you launch yourself into it, right? It's
Yeah.
a marketing mechanism. You take 5 months off, and the world misses you. It's absence makes the heart grow fonder.
How we're gonna miss you if you don't go away?
Yep.
Well, I heard you.
Pro wrestling, right?
I heard you talk once before about showing up at the WWE event and how it got you so many views and so much publicity.
Yeah, what happened to that Survivor Series where I remember.
What happened?
Yeah.
I trended #1 in the world. That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing. It was awesome.
It'll be respected and appreciated 5-10 years from now, maybe 20, when people look back on it, bro. But everybody's bitter. Look at, man.
I think we all appreciate it when it happened. I popped for it. I definitely
I'm glad
did.
You did.
Oh,
But,
yeah, I love that.
I'm talking about brass and pro wrestling locker rooms and people going, oh, he's in business for himself. Of course I am, you dumb sons of bitches. I'm fucking real one. I'm my own man. I'm my own brand. I don't work for Vince McMahon. I don't work for anyone. I work for me. Just like Paul Heyman worked for ECW, right? They do their invasion angle. Vince McMahon works for Vince McMahon. He pops up at Ted Turner's shit. He didn't ask him for permission, at least as far as I fucking know.
Yeah.
You work for EA, right?
So I work for fucking me, right? And that cost me $2,500. And I'm trending #1 in the world. You tell me what your marketing budget was for fucking Survivor Series, dog. All right? That's
Exactly.
a play. That's a fucking power play. And when I did it with every intention of invading Madison Square Garden at Ring of Honor in New Japan. I knew I wanted to book myself into pro wrestling in a certain light. I'm going to book myself like Brian Pillman. I'm going to be a loose cannon, and you're not going to... I'm Eric, dude. I'm not that guy. Like, I'm fucking a real human. I didn't really just show up there like, oh, I'm here to start a war, and this is all about me. It's like, no, guys. Like, I'm going to further book this thing. I'm painting a picture here.
Yeah.
My first booking is
Smart.
my own booking at Staples Center. Now, what's my next booking in pro wrestling outside of WWE? Madison Square Garden. My first 2 bookings outside of the WWE are I book myself at Staples Center. My next booking is Madison Square Garden. So, I mean, bro, you can't write a better book. And me and Cass had never done the Garden together, so doing that with him, reuniting with him, the Briscoes and how psycho they are, it was perfect. It couldn't have went any better. And Ring of Honor went out of business literally because they did not book that match again. They could have booked Briscoes versus Enzo and Cass and GOD. And they would have sold out the Garden again. And if you sell out the Garden, that house alone is paying your light bill for the next year. So, and your talent. So now you sell your company to Tony Khan. You can attribute it to one thing. You don't book Enzo and Cass when they trend #1 in the world and invade your fucking show. And they trend over the WWE. Like, what kind? And we risked our lives, got punched in the face, like fucking could have gotten jumped by all the boys, had no idea how it was really going to go down. And you don't even call us and say thank you.
Yeah.
So I wasn't bitter. I wasn't mad. I was just mind blown. Like, bro, how do you botch this spot?
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason, and that's what we were alluding to. I leave the WWE, and my brother starts making music videos, and he starts with Phoenix. My grandmother gets sick. She's passing away. She has congestive heart failure, so I leave L.A. My brother stays in L.A., but he comes home, and we make a music video called Grace, which touches a lot of people's lives. And when I do meet and greets, people come up to me crying. I have autographed lyrics from Grace on 3 different people that have gotten them tattooed on them. My grandma's in that music video. I lost her a few months later. We knew we had precious time on our hands, and if I'm in the WWE and I'm on the road, I'm not with my grandma the last 6 months of her life. My brother doesn't become one of the biggest music video makers in the world, making Post Malone's Motley Crue on a NASCAR track, making fucking Justin Bieber's most recent shit. I don't even know what it's called. Jack Harlow, What's Poppin'? My brother made fucking Lil Durk's most recent shit. Fucking Bieber, Post Malone, Lil Durk. Well, bro, what am I? Should I keep naming them?
Biggest artist in the
and
world.
where did he start?
Yeah.
With Phoenix, okay? And with Grace. All right, man. What is opportunity if you don't provide it unto others, bro? People think that when I left wrestling, if they think for 1 second I wasn't successful in my endeavor, you don't know who I am and what I was trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm putting people on. I have a house in the hill with all my friends from high school, and one of those guys, my best friend in the world, he was a beastly overweight. Okay? He lost 200 pounds at a celebrity gym due to people that I introduced him to, right? And then the onus is on him. He's got to show up every day at 5:30 in the morning and work out. He's got to lose the weight.
Yeah.
He's got to put the work in. So now it's not about me at all. It's just providing opportunity unto others, right? My brother.
Well, you're putting us on right now.
If my brother,
Exactly.
if
Hopefully.
my brother ain't fucking great at making music videos, he ain't making Post Malone's videos. But I believe in him. I know how good he is. I love him, and there's your opportunity. My best friend in the world, at Sugar Free Rich. He runs one of the best meal prep companies in all of LA. Lost 200 pounds in 8 months at Dog Pound Gym. That I introduced him to the head trainer there, Kirk. And Kirk is the fucking man. Kirk lost 300 pounds and wanted to see my friend lose that weight too. My friend worked out next to Justin Bieber, Kelly Rowland, fucking Beyonce. This is a celebrity gym. Ryan Seacrest owns it with Adam Levine from Maroon 5, right? I introduced my best friend Rich to these people. And he puts the work in. And he doesn't owe me anything.
Yeah.
He's the one who lost 200 pounds in 8 months and started a meal prep company that's like $1 million meal prep company. My boy is killing it, okay? You know, I have a boxing gym, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Did you buy it or did you like?
No, man, I'm in on it. The guy who started that business is Desmond Boyle, and he is an angel and a saint. He's a fireman. That guy has pulled burning children out of buildings, bro. The things he has seen, he was a 9/11 first responder. Like, you got to be a different
Shout
type
out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
It's almost 9/11. Shout out to him for real.
Dude,
tomorrow.
You gotta fucking be a different type of person to run in and out of burning buildings and save people's lives.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the firemen, all the people who put themselves in the line of fire. That's fucking awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so this guy, he was an angel sent to me, bro. Just like all my ex-girlfriends. Shout out all my exes, bro. Shout out
Exactly.
all my exes. Angels in my life serve their purpose just like I serve my purpose in theirs. And what is opportunity if you don't provide it unto others, right? You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's so like with our show, we have guys booked for the shows like the Tate Twins who just got signed by Ring of Honor and AEW.
about to get
They
out
were
of
booked
here
on our
soon.
show and
I'm about to get
they
out
were
of
booked
here.
on our show in the
Okay,
semi-main event.
I will. I'm
Two
a,
Sean
Two
can
days
do-
before the show, they call and it's like, hey, we got this offer to be on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and I said, take it, go do the job. I was like, that's what everybody's trying to get signed. The fans will understand. We'll put someone in your place, and they went to that show and got signed that night on that show, and they're still our champions. Tony Khan still lets them come work for us. They're the trios champions of.
What a unique, awesome situation.
It is.
I don't know the guy at all, but shout out to Tony Khan for letting wrestlers make money outside of his company. That's really cool.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Billy Gunn's sons, Austin and Colton Gunn, they were our tag team champions before the Tate Twins. He allowed them to come down, work on our show, win the belts.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn was our heavyweight champ. He allowed him to come. I mean, it's awesome, man, what they're doing right now.
You just, it's cool that they have those opportunities, and it's funny. I was on a show, right? Every match on the show in Northeast Wrestling was AEW. Cody Rhodes was even there, cutting a promo on the mic that night, and he was still with AEW. And the only match that wasn't AEW, guys, was Enzo Amore versus Jerry Lawler in a casket match. And Cody came up to me and was like, dude, it's like AEW featuring Enzo and Jerry Lawler. and it was.
that was definitely the marquee match, though. That you can't get much bigger than that. That sounded like it must have
I'll
been a
tell you
fun
what,
match.
You couldn't get much more simple than what we did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, walk and talk.
We didn't reinvent the wheel. I know that. No, there was about.
Is there footage of that anywhere? I need to see
oh
that.
yeah, it's on my Instagram, bro.
Okay, I
It's
need-
good. It's
Okay.
good shit.
But Enzo, it was nice talking to you. I gotta get home to my babies. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hey, take it
It
easy,
was a
bro.
treat talking to you. You be safe.
You're a pleasure, not a chore, my friend.
Thank you.
As William Regal would say to
Send
me.
Sean in.
All right, I will. I'm about to take some pizza.
You want your
Yeah, I gotta hit the road too soon. No. What time are we looking at?
It's like it's about 10 minutes to 9.
10 minutes to 9.
I got a late night. I gotta drive to Nashville. We're going to the Giants.
Well, it's not that
versus
far.
New York.
3 hours, I think.
The Giants versus the Titans. Remember when it was the New York Titans? Do you guys know about that?
This is Sean
No, I
John.
didn't know that.
This is Sean John. He's the wrestling encyclopedia. He's my
Sean
co-host.
John. Just give me the light.
Yeah.
Just give me the light and pass the draw. That's Sean John, bro. Hey, the original Titans are the Jets. The New York Jets
Really?
were called the New York Titans.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
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 I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. They were.
And the Ravens were the Browns, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
The
knew
Titans were the Oilers.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Houston Oilers.
Yep.
The Titans were the Oilers. Yeah.
There's been a lot of movement, huh?
The Colts were originally from Baltimore,
Yeah,
if I'm
Baltimore
not
left
mistaken.
them in the
Now
middle of the
they're
night. You
Yeah.
ever know that story?
Exactly.
It's awesome.
yeah, I
you're-
heard something about that.
You're a New York Giants fan, and then we was talking about the signing one of our guys here from Kentucky, Wandale Robinson, is y'all's one of y'all's wide receivers.
Third round draft pick. Played at Kentucky and Nebraska.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And he's on the starting rotation for you guys.
yeah, he should see some playing time tomorrow.
Yeah, he's amazing. Once
I
he gets
really,
in
really,
space.
really, really am pulling and hoping and praying that this guy Kadarius Toney is healthy and playing. Because from what he had one game last year where he had 10 receptions, like 100 something yards, and maybe a touchdown or two. And you just saw, like, wow, raw talent, like out of control, open field, just chucking and jiving. I don't know that I've seen anybody cut like this that has entered the league since like a Devin Hester or Dante Hall, bro. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, and my boy recruited him at Florida. My boy was a coach at Florida. Now he's the defense coordinator at Memphis. Shout out Matt Barnes. Dude, Kadarius Toney has the potential to be one of the best players in the NFL. And that's just me. What I saw on film was unbelievable. But the guy just can't stay on the field. Just can't. He hasn't. I don't even think he made it through like a week of practice. So we'll see what happens, bro. That's why they drafted Wandale, right? Now, if you get Wandale Robinson, first of all, we have the highest paid wide receiver room in the league, which is terrible because it's all going to Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
All right, so you got Kenny Galladay, Wandale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, and Kadarius Toney. We could be really good if fucking highest paid wide receiver fucking core in the league can catch a pass and stay on the field.
Yeah, and you're going to be down there at the Titans game to watch.
Losing my shit.
Yeah, watching them open the season up.
I can't wait.
And
Yeah.
my wife's calling. Let me see what she wants.
Talk to her.
Hold on. Hold on. You're not. Hold on. I'll call you right back. Hold on.
I'll be right back. We'll get another slice.
All right. Somebody talk.
Yeah. Enzo's getting some pizza.
Yeah, he's getting some pizza, and Andy is going to make a phone call here.
She was calling me, so I was like,
Yeah, but you hung
See
up
what-
on her. It's going to be
yeah, I
bad.
know, right?
He's gonna be sleeping up here tonight. No,
that brand new Detroit style
it's
pizza. is
delicious. It is very good.
good. Okay.
That's something. he
Hello?
doesn't have up
Please
here,
leave your
Jersey.
message for
Oh.
Real good pizza.
Hello, you're on the podcast.
We got a lot of pizza. How many people eat pizza?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
So your all's wings should be getting there
got-
around
We
9:05.
got wings coming at 9:05.
You know what? This is
Yeah.
good, but I like the stuffed crust better.
All right, cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
How's the
well,
concert you're at?
You haven't had stuffed crust?
I'm at the Tyler
Yeah,
Childers
stuffed crust
concert,
good.
and I don't think I've ever seen so many people in
Well,
one
the
little
guy
place.
who's Invented the stuffed crust pizza.
Honestly.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
back to Enzo. Okay. Thanks for the wings.
Okay, have fun.
Where they coming from?
I'm sorry?
Where's the wings coming from?
Oh, tossed in the sauce. The only
Toss in the sauce.
Get your wings at. Tossed in the sauce.
Well,
It's
your
amazing.
signal's breaking up. All right.
Bye.
So the
Bye-bye.
wings are coming, and Tossed in the Sauce is a local place, and they got the best wings in town. So,
Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. Probably done eating.
oh, you're done eating?
Personal pan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One slice of that Detroit. I gotta save it. I gotta save it. Hey, that was the first time I've had pizza in a minute too. But I gotta be honest, bro. Everybody thinks because I'm from Jersey, like you love pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the best pizza. You're New York City pizza. Dog, I love Pizza Hut.
Pizza
I
Hut.
fucking love Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Fuck anybody who don't.
Yeah, we got
that's good stuff.
we got a place around here called Sir Pizza, and it's like it's better than any place, and it's like it's awesome.
You're preaching to like a
Yeah, yeah.
a very rare breed here, dude.
I'm sure.
People from my
We got-
neck of
it's
the woods
Kentucky
shit
pizza.
on Pizza Hut, dude. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fucking, why are you eating that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My whole life, dude, I'm addicted to it. It's like that processed fucking parasite, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
American parasite
You
they
gotta
put in
have.
shit.
Yeah.
It's like the same shit that's in a Michelob Ultralight is in a fucking Pizza Hut, bro. I guarantee
Exactly.
it.
Pretty much.
I'm
Yeah.
addicted to it, dog.
Exactly.
We
So-
do want to get our sponsors in too.
Oh yeah, we'll get the spot. You want to go ahead and read them
I'll
off?
read these, and you can do the other ones. So
Okay.
we have Prep Spin. They do all of our pay-per-views and everything. They do all high school sports and football and some SEC football here. They're out of Lexington. You can get them at www.prepspin.com if you need anything, sports related. Abracadabra Graphics Design. They do all of our graphics and all of our posters and banners and flags and everything that we do. T-shirts, everything. Shelby's Diner. If you're in Frankfurt, they're on Versailles Road. They make a half-pound hamburger, home-cooked food. It's amazing atmosphere. Live Wire Entertainment. Well, we have Jay right here. He does all of our sound. He does sound at bars and everything around. You can see it on the screen.
And
here,
lights too. You do lights too.
Yeah. Everything, lights, sound, everything. Mirror Twin Brewery. They're here in town. They have awesome atmosphere, good
Awesome.
drinks.
Best local beer there is.
Real laid-back place. Neon Moon Bar and Lounge. You're playing there all the time. They have TV and karaoke, and they have ball games going on there. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. And they're down at Alexandria Drive, so go check them out. And then we have Timmy Two Times. It's another sports bar here in town. You're there also, too.
We do comedy nights, open mic nights, and we do karaoke and trivia.
Was that the Twisted Cork?
It's right across from Twisted
Oh,
Cork,
okay,
same area,
okay.
yeah.
And then, of course, we have Matt's Games and Collectibles where we was at doing the signing today.
Oh yeah, Matt is so funny, man.
Yeah.
I
That's
went in
over on
there
Winchester Road.
and introduced myself. I was like, "Is Matt here?" He's like, "Well, it depends. Who are you?" I was like, "Well,
They're both names.
I
Matt.
hate the IRS, bro.
yeah."
The guy who owns it.
Irwin
and the
R.
guy who works
Shyster
for it.
ain't
He's
here
like,
to
I'm
run
definitely
it
not.
out.
Talking, I'm only Matt when it's cool. So then we got Royal Lex. For all your internet gaming needs, check out Royal Lex on Facebook. They'll tell them Nice Guy and he sent you, and they'll give you $5 in free play. And for your late night gaming needs, Royal Dark stays open from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. And message those guys and tell them Nice Guy and he sent you, and they'll hook you up and sign you up. So those are my two sponsors.
Yeah, we want to make sure we get all.
Bada
those.
boom. I got to thank my sponsors, assholes.
sponsor 'em.
Yeah, that's right. Cinderella Man Music Studio, owned by me. Real One Records Company, owned by me. Real One, owned by me.
And I'll shout you out every Wednesday if you want me to.
Yeah, man, that's love. So, hey, guys, the music is my passion. It is real. It is what I'm pursuing. I am wholehearted in it. And if you know me, you know that I don't have a fucking ounce of quit in my body. And I will share a small story with you guys real quick before I head out of here.
So I got a friend. He sent me a beat. You want to do a freestyle?
I'll rip one. But yeah, no problem. But that's not the point.
Okay.
Okay. Before we get there, I'm working on a lot of acoustic sound like Everlast.
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorite.
And just me and a guy with a guitar and bars and rapping and it's a little bit of a different sound. I've been, working on my sound for years. We're talking about since 2013, and I've found my stroke. So a lot of the music that I've been making now is light years advanced from what I was making. Now the bars were always there, guys. Like if you go back and you read those lyrics,
Yeah.
go fuck yourself. Like guys, you're tripping. All right, like if you think the kid ain't writing miracles, I'm writing them up, boy.
You mentioned Everlast. That was one of my favorite when growing up. The Jump Around and his second album, Back from the Dead.
Yeah.
That is my favorite. And when he turned acoustic, I was like, I love that stuff. I wish he would do a pure hip hop music again. And the reason why I was turned off of Eminem back in the day was him and Eminem had a beef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I was a big Everlast.
Oh, you had to
fan.
choose sides.
I,
Bro. You know what?
I chose Everlast.
Nas and Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, okay, you got to be the greatest rapper of all time to get the greatest diss song of
And
all
you're-
time ever made about you, right? Tupac made the greatest diss record ever, hit him up on Biggie. Biggie was considered the greatest. In the modern era, Jay-Z was considered the greatest, and Nas made the greatest diss record on him.
Yes.
In Ether. So, like, man, you got to put yourself out there, and that's so pro wrestling.
Yeah.
That is so pro wrestling. Look at, man. It's
A lot of hip-hop
bada
artists
boom,
are
bada
wrestling.
boom, blank, blank in the room.
Yeah.
Bro, I put it out there for you. Like, you know, if you put yourself out there far enough,
Yeah.
everybody has material. Like, when I wrestled Jerry the King Lawler in the casket match, the amount of material I had to play with was insane.
Yeah.
Like, it was so easy to come up with promos on Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
Because he put that legacy out there, that work
He's
out
got such
there.
a catalog.
Like, catalog crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was fun. And it was like, if Andy Kaufman can make you famous in the first life, I'll be sure to make you famous in the next. You know? You only live twice, ain't that right, Jerry? You know what I mean? Like, just crazy shit. It was so much fun. And the promos leading up to that are still up on my Instagram. And I haven't... Bro, I've written to maybe, I don't know, like 10, 20 promos since I left the WWE. This used to be something I did every day of my life.
Yeah.
Now I write music, so I can always pull
And you
from-
said you write scripts. Is there anything in the works? Is there
I
a
can't
show
speak-
coming?
I can't speak.
You
on
can't
it.
speak?
No,
Okay.
I have some NDAs out there that
Okay.
won't let me. But man, it's very exciting stuff, and that's also in conjunction with my brother.
Yeah.
So my brother being the guy now providing me opportunity. Kids tearing a Hollywood a new asshole and introducing me to people, and my network is his network, and you know, here we are.
Exactly.
That
Back-
started with
back and
your
forth.
opportunity to him, and then
Yeah,
now
man.
he's
And now it's going to come back around. So
Yeah.
it's a
Back
beautiful
and
thing
forth,
called
yeah.
life, man. And people love a comeback story. What's unique about mine is it's like, man, is it a comeback? Because I got my legs cut out from under me. I was never hurt. I could have done this thing the whole time.
Yeah.
I never pushed it. I never, like, dude, people who want to wrestle on TV and are adamant about it, they get back out there.
Yeah,
Like guys like Big Cass, they go take care of themselves. They get in the best shape of their life. They get clean. They get sober. They get a girlfriend. They get their shit together, and they get the fucking opportunity.
So
again.
if you hadn't got fired, would hip hop still been in your?
I was working on my music with the WWE.
Okay. You still were.
I was
Okay.
working with the WWE
okay.
to launch that music career
Yeah.
that came abruptly, unplanned. I
Coming in.
didn't have a choice. I got to jump into this thing. And what do I got? I invested all this money in my music,
Yeah.
the studio time, right? The beats that I purchased. I don't care if I cut the record in 2013, 2014.
Yeah, it's
I'm
still
going to let
yours.
it fly. I invested in it. Who the fuck am I? What am I, scared? I'm
Yeah.
not scared of shit. I'm not scared of criticism. I'm not scared of fucking what the world has to say. I have some of the thickest skin in the history of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Nobody has been talked about more than me and talked terrible about, and people don't even know me. They never even met me. They never watched
Yeah.
me with children. They never watched me. Like, dude, I am the guy who did the YMCA, right?
Yeah.
SAW.
I think a lot of that's
Those
going away.
kids,
I think a
man.
lot of that negative shit's gone away a lot.
well, and he filmed a lot of the stuff that at the signing today.
Yeah.
And it was awesome with the kids, and we'll be
Yeah,
posting
yeah. I think
all that up
I think
for
a lot
people.
of that negative. I don't hear that anymore about you. I mean, when I hear about Enzo, I'm hearing about your music and
Well,
what.
where did you hear it from?
Like just
When
on,
I was being billed as a heel in the WWE, I was the top heel in the company.
especially from I
was
talk
the-
to
I
I
was
talk
the-
to wrestlers every
I
week.
was the top heel in the company,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What does the internet do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do they do?
They dumped all over you, and
They
it was
dumped all
they
over
turned that
me.
into real shit.
They
But
turned
then-
it
but
all
then
into
you
real
bet
shit.
on yourself.
And then backstage bullshit that they made up that
Yeah.
was leaked from people that were probably making shit up
Yeah.
and jealous of me or mad. Like
Yep.
shit that I never ever responded to.
Yeah.
And I will never.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
above the shit.
And I
Why
talk to
would I
wrestlers.
talk?
come
I
out?
talk.
It's all
If I'm
come
gonna
out.
do it, I'm gonna do it in a song like Phoenix with
Yeah.
a music video. Here's my address. I address you, motherfucker. Certified GPS. Put a fucking pin on your chin, dog. Knockout punch. Go fuck yourself.
And it's all come out in the wash, and everything's looking
Oh, yeah,
great for
absolutely.
you,
So-
and you bet on yourself, and it.
Oh yeah, that's all I hear about you now. Is like from every indie wrestler that comes through here. Oh, Enzo's got. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool. I think he's all right. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. So that's
But if I never hit the indies, then nobody would ever know. And
Exactly.
this shit
That's
would
right.
still be going on probably. People still have this
Yeah.
fucking perception.
Even
about
though
a
you're not an indie
motherfucker.
wrestler.
And it's like, I never joined the indies to clear my perception.
No, you
or
just wanted to work again.
I can tell you right now what happened and what brought me back into the business.
Yeah.
It was Brian Pillman Jr.
yeah.
I didn't know that Pillman had a son.
I seen your Instagram and you and him looked like y'all were just best buddies.
We are.
It was his birthday.
I was
Yesterday or
with him all
something?
day on his birthday yesterday, and his father's is with us when we hang out. I think his father. I'm a very spiritual person, bro. And
Yeah.
if you can't tell by my song Grace, I believe in God.
Oh,
and
yeah.
If you don't believe in God, put another O in that. I hope you believe in good, because that's really all it represents is
Yeah.
good. And you know, you have a choice every day. You know, whether you go left or you go right. Whether you go to the fridge or you get pizza or you get a fucking chicken wing, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're gonna eat clean. You're gonna eat shit. Choices all day, every day. Just choose to do good, right? Like,
Yeah.
as long as you're doing good in the world, I feel like it always comes back around. And karma has come back around in
Yeah.
my life tremendously to help me.
I always have the perception of it that your bad shit weighs a lot better than the good shit. So when you do the good shit, you got to do twice as much to get yourself back in the balance, because
I mean, look, I'm not sitting here and painting myself to be an angel.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was fucking getting hammered drunk every fucking night, meeting
Yeah.
a different girl every night. I had girls wearing that. Anybody who ever put that purple title around their waist after me, which was fucking nobody,
Yeah.
except for maybe a
So
few
is there a wife anywhere? Is there a girlfriend?
No,
anywhere?
man, I'm
Okay.
single.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend for the past 3 years.
Any kids?
I had no kids. I had one girlfriend for a year, broke up with her, and like right after that, I had another girlfriend for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you know, we went our separate ways, just like a fucking Journey song.
Yeah.
It's a journey, guys. It's
Exactly.
a fucking journey.
Exactly.
And
So around New Jersey, around where you're
I
at.
can't date these girls and date Destiny at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
I feel the pendulum swinging. The pendulum swinging back in the other direction for
You're,
old Zoe.
you're real close to New York City. There's a lot of hip hop going on. That's the birth of hip hop music in New York City. Is there anybody there that you're working with? Do we see you on features on songs anytime
Nah,
soon?
bro, I have no desire to do features and work with
Have you-
artists like that. Really,
Have you met?
like,
Have you met? You
in
mentioned-
hip hop? It would be cool too, I guess. You know, I just haven't explored it, bro. Like, the most important thing for me on my first album was to have no features.
Yeah, it's all about.
I
getting
had
you going.
no features, bro. That's balls, man. I got friends. I got people. My second album, I had 2 features. I had
Yeah.
Velas, who made the song Flip Mode with Chris Brown. He writes for Kanye. He's a super industry head. This kid is well enveloped, great network, very respected artist in the studio. Melodies, beats, harmonies, producer, creating beats, and Velas is the man.
Yeah.
You look, he's got millions of streams, millions of views. Flip Mode video is insane. Me and Velas got a song called White Running Back, because I was a white running back.
Oh, okay.
motherfuckers. That song slept on like a bitch. All I need to do is make a music video with Velas.
Yeah.
It's like, that song is lit. It's off Born in NJ. And then I had on that album Smoke Dizza on a song called Virgil. And that Virgil being for Off-White founder Virgil Abloh, who passed away, and Virgil being Dusty Rhodes' real name. A little double entendre I provided within the context of the song.
Okay. So have you met you mentioned Action Bronson? Have you met Action?
Bro, man,
He's a big wrestling fan.
Bro, I was kicking soccer balls and smoking dabs with Action Bronson
No
at
shit.
like 4 p.m. before I had to go to Nassau Coliseum and have a Cruiserweight title match.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Bro,
I'm a big fan of Action Bronson. I'm a huge fan.
I'm telling you, man, I lived the dream, bro. It's funny.
Have you seen him now? He's
I
like
was really
he's in shape
appreciating it.
now.
I was really appreciating him with Pillman last night. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
Me and him went to a dive bar outside of the Pittsburgh airport. Just me and him sat there until like close, just talking.
Yeah, I seen your Instagram and y'all was taking pictures of the 333. The
Man,
price.
all
of
that, every time I'm with that kid, bro, signs from God. Like, he was my
Yeah.
first match outside of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell something that sounds very arrogant right now, but it's a true story, and it's what got me back into pro wrestling. That night with John Moxley and Big Cass,
Yeah.
right? I see this kid with long, flowing, giant blonde hair, and I have no idea he's Pillman's son. And I slap Cass, and I'm like, that kid's over with me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need to hear him speak. I don't need to hear him work.
Yeah.
I don't need to see him work. He's already over with me, and I don't even know who he is. And he goes, bro, that's Pillman's son. I go, what? Get the fuck out. I don't even think I said anything. I walked straight up to him.
Yeah.
And he saw me, and we were both walking at each other, like as if he was coming to talk to me.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking up to Pillman, I just see a heat magnet someone who's about to get himself so much heat in this business and he doesn't even know why, and it's only because he's smiling and he's so happy, right? And people hate to see you having a good time in wrestling, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, they just hate it, dude. And I was always really, really happy, man. I was really happy to have my job. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, you couldn't take me down, bro. I was fucking happy, right?
Yeah.
So I see Pillman and he's smiling. And he comes up to me. The first thing he says is, "Yo, I'm really tight with Stone Cold, right?" And I just think to myself, like, bro, imagine, like, it's not Enzo, like, who don't give a fuck. You can't get heat with me. I have heat with nobody. I don't care what you do, bro.
Yeah.
Go out there and tear it up. Go out there and have the worst match, fart in the crowd. Dude, just go do whatever you do. I'm not mad at nothing you do. It's not, dude, way bigger fish to fry. No room for that in my heart.
Exactly.
No hate.
Yeah, exactly.
I got nothing for you, buddy. Go live your dream. Fucking Pillman walks up and the first thing he says, "So I'm really tight with Stone Cold, right?" And I'm like, oh my God, the hair, the look, the smile, and that statement, "You're going to get so much heat. I love you. I already love you. I already love you." Right? And he goes, "Yeah." So I asked Stone Cold for advice when I first break into the business. You know what he says to me? "Learn how to work the stick like Enzo."
Really?
And I went, "Excuse me? Wait, say that again." Wait, Stone Cold said, "What?" What? Like, wait, so Stone Cold told Brian Pillman's son, when he called him for advice when he's entering wrestling, "Learn how to work the stick like Enzo." Is this a real statement? Pillman's like, "Oh, yeah, man. Yeah." I was like, "All right, hold on, kid." I walked up to Mike Lombardi. I was like, "When's your next show? Next big show?" He said, "It's at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center." I went, "Wait, hold the fuck on. That's the last place I wrestled in the WWE. Cruiserweight Championship title match, 205 Live. The last time I had a match was fucking in that building."
Shit just works out for you like Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
man, yo, dude, it's crazy. I am Forrest Gump of pro wrestling, dog.
Forrest Gump
I was
of
there
pro
for
wrestling.
everything,
Y'all
dog.
hear it here. The real one is the Forrest Gump of pro
Yeah,
wrestling.
So, this motherfucker, I said to Lombardi I wanted to work Pillman, and he said, "All right." And Mike is a generous guy, and he, he pays just as well as Vince McMahon does, dude.
Oh, really?
You think
Okay.
I'm fucking playing? I'm not. You make more money at a NEW show than you were working a Monday Night Raw if you're Enzo on a fucking rookie contract, and that's not me complaining.
Yeah, that's just
Dude,
the way
I
it is.
signed up for that. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had an opportunity of a lifetime. I wouldn't have done the
Oh,
NLW,
yeah.
NEW and gotten paid like
A lot of
I did.
motherfuckers would have done it for free.
Yeah, man, and I would have too, dog. Just don't tell them. You
Yeah,
know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
No, I signed up for it. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the facts. I got paid very well, and I still do now.
Yeah, exactly.
On the indies, like I'm.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
proud. I
Yeah.
get to do this.
You're the man. You're the fucking
get
man.
to do this maybe once a month if I want to.
Yeah.
And like, that's good pay. So anyway. Regardless, I'm not talking about money. We're talking about fucking money, bitch. If we ain't talking about fucking money, we're talking about nothing. So, fucking kid, there's only one rule in wrestling, Pillman, and I heard this from Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold's advice to me was, there's only one rule in wrestling: get over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. So Stone Cold gave me that advice the night before I debuted. He talked my ear off for 2 or 3 hours all night in the hotel of WrestleMania. The night before I debut on Raw, I go completely off script because Stone Cold said so.
Oh, wow.
Because Stone Cold said so.
so.
You got one job.
Do you
kid.
still get to talk to
Get
him any?
over.
Do you,
And I went out and I got over.
do you talk to Stone Cold any?
Oh, man, I don't have the balls to call Stone Cold.
Okay.
But I know for a fact, and I do say this.
Oh, I'm
if
sure.
I hit that motherfucker up, I think he'd answer.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I've ever hit him up,
Yeah.
he'd answer. And
You're Enzo, so why
I'm
not?
done jinxing it. I'm not jinxing that shit. I don't call these motherfuckers unless I need something.
Exactly.
I don't need nothing from nobody right now, man. I'd be happy to talk to Stone Cold just to hear his voice because he's the coolest man that ever fucking walked the face of the earth.
I'm sure,
Like,
yeah.
Dude, it's funny. They tell you don't meet your heroes. They'll let you down.
Yeah.
Well, fucking that is the complete opposite with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
He will not only exceed expectations, you'll walk away from it like, that's the coolest person I have ever met in my life.
And he's the biggest draw ever in wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say in wrestling, the
He
person,
made the last WrestleMania.
bro, I watched 2 matches from WrestleMania, okay? And I haven't watched any WWE content since I left the company except for Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble because Finn is my brother and I love Finn and I just wanted to see the story they would tell. Finn's tiny, Brock's huge. How are you guys going to do this? It was awesome. Great match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great storytelling.
Great storytelling, and that's what this business is, and that's all the fuck I care about. I wanted to watch a story be told. You think I cared about watching a wrestling match? So,
Exactly.
And now here come the other two matches I watched. Stone Cold Kevin Owens, story. Okay. Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, yes. That was
Story.
great.
Oh, yeah.
And no other wrestler in the planet could pull that off besides Sami Zayn. I don't care
Exactly.
the fuck what anybody says.
He's so
Sami
talented.
Zayn is, if not the best wrestler in the world, top 3, definitely top 5. Definitely.
My son that was here, he would
Definitely.
agree with you big
Yeah.
time.
I mean, Sami Zayn can play every character, range of levels. The guy could be an actor in Hollywood playing like a sadistic psycho, or he could be like a guy who's really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, fucking unbelievable. What a body of work he's put out, dude. When you look at those matches he had as El Generico, and then you go fast forward to the fucking rivalry he had with Neville, and then Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, the shit he put up.
Yeah.
This guy's legacy is out of control. I hope he retires, because it's just too much, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, because I watch him take some of the craziest bumps.
no.
The craziest bumps, the selling. One of the best dude, I learned how to sell a lot from watching Sami Zayn. And then I made it my own sell. You know what I mean? Like, we all take from each other, okay? And I learned a lot watching some of the people I just named, man. I was in NXT learning how to wrestle in the ring with Harwood and fucking Dash and, you know, Sami Zayn. And dude, I was out there on live events after Monday Night Raw with John Cena on the apron, calling 6-man tags to the Club and AJ Styles and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose every night. Dark match. Enzo Cass, John Cena versus the Shield versus the Club. You want to talk about learning how to work? This is how you do it. You just got to get thrown into the fire. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just told Pillman that day, I could show you a lot better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
So don't pick my fucking brain. I'll see you in fucking, you know what I mean? I'll see you out there, kid. And,
Yeah. So you worked with Cena a lot, seems like.
Oh, yeah, a lot. Not on TV.
Yeah. Oh,
In
yeah.
the darks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cena wanted us in the darks because they were building that AJ feud, you know?
Did y'all ever do any freestyling together?
Nah, man. Every time I ever got the mic and worked with John Cena, it was the greatest opportunity I ever had in the business, because John, when you work with him, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Nobody tells John Cena what to do. So when you work with John, John looks at you like, what do you want to
What
do?
do you want to do?
And you're like, holy shit, thank God. And I have a book, right?
I'm sure.
I have a book of promos.
Yeah.
And it's
Pick one.
2012 to 2016.
Yeah.
That I stopped printing in 2016. If I printed books now, I'd have books taller than this building we're in right now, and that's not a fabrication. I am a writer before I am anything. Before I'm a pro wrestler, before I am...
So these are books you're selling? Like,
No, this
Okay.
is all promo material.
you should sell this.
So
Get you a book deal and sell it.
So I have a book this thick, right? All promo material. Bro, I break it out backstage with John Cena at, what is it called? Battleground pay-per-view. Me and Cena and Cass versus the Club, AJ
Yeah.
Styles, Gallows, and Anderson. And when we get ready to do the promo, Ryan Ward, who's the writer I've been working with, I told him I brought my book. And he told John Cena I had a book. And John Cena was like, what do you mean you got a book? And I brought it out. John Cena was fucking mind blown by it. And I just sat there and I flipped through pages rattling off shit. And John Cena was like, yes, that, yes, that, yes, that, yes, that. So if you watch that Battleground promo back,
Yeah.
that's all shit I pulled out of my book
Okay.
in the promo in the room with Cena before we went out there on the mic.
Yeah.
And that's why you see when I'm
He's incredible as an actor right now.
Bro,
Have you
when
watched
see that though, John Cena literally sits on the top buckle
Uh-huh.
and goes, go, do it,
Yeah.
do it, and just lets me rip the mic, right? That was the only time I ever got to do that. Bro, I could have done that every fucking night. I had a book that I could have pulled from, but I had to write. I had to say what they told me to say, or squeeze it in the time,
Yeah.
or worry about taking something out of the match because I can't talk too long. There was a lot of complications. The only time you ever got to see me rip it again was when I was the Cruiserweight Champion, and they needed to pull time in the main event, and I got 10 minutes to just talk shit with a contract that said no one can touch me. So I ripped every cruiserweight apart
Yeah, I
as I
remember
went in a ring in a circle, and that was all on the fly. When people were panicking that we needed to pull time, I was like, bro, I have a fucking microphone. All I ever wanted to do was talk. You never fucking let me. if there's ever an opportunity to fucking pull 10 minutes of TV time with a microphone, it's right fucking now. Okay, let's go. And I went out there and I had a contract that said no one could touch me. So it's perfect. I can just talk about you. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's perfect.
Exactly.
And it wrote itself. And I just went out there, and anytime there was a new talent on the roster, 205 Live or anything, I wrote about 10 jokes about them. And I had them ready. So if I was out there on a fucking mic, I had about 10 jokes ready for you.
Yeah.
So when I had that moment, I just went around and I told a joke about every person because I had them ready.
That was my favorite moment.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
That's the closing segment of a Raw, I do believe. Or at least it's one of the closing segment.
It was the main event of Monday Night Raw on a fucking microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has done that since me? I don't know. And if they did, show me what the ratings were like and show me what the fucking views were like.
They're starting to let their wrestlers cut their own promos
now.
Good.
Now that Vince is
good.
Now that Triple H is back.
Yeah.
So say Triple H.
Just give Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn microphones.
So Triple H.
To each other.
Say Triple H.
Let them talk to each other.
They're actually starting to push Kevin Owens again strong.
As they should, man.
Yeah.
And they're letting Sammy do a lot of stuff that he wants to do. He's with the bloodline now, and he's starting to do a lot of stuff he wants to do.
And their brother Solo Sikoa.
So say Triple H calls you tomorrow and says, Enzo, we want you back. You can either pick going into the ring and do whatever you want to do, or going behind stage.
Okay, so you want to do what's best for TV,
and
right?
writing.
Okay, yeah. Well,
best
do you want to do what's best for television? That's the question.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does. What's best for television is my song hits, and you know who's in the ring? Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns.
That would be great.
And that is going to get you a 4.0 rating, maybe even a fucking 5.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the highest ratings draw you have seen yet. Enzo versus Paul Heyman on a microphone with Roman Reigns in the ring. You are going to get the highest rating you've gotten. Or do you not want to do what's best for business? You're going to bring me back, and I'm just going to cut my shtick and then get beat up and fucking jobbed out. Like, I'm just saying, look at.
I don't think Triple H is doing that anymore. I think it's changed. If
And
you haven't watched
I got to be honest with you, I've changed, right?
Yeah.
Dude, what happened to me was insane, and it will change anyone. Like, dude, the PTSD it gives you from talking to women. Like, I can never even be alone.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't have one-night stands with girls that I just meet anymore. Like, I did that every night of my fucking career when I was a Cruiserweight Champion.
Yeah, I'm sure you stopped doing
bitch,
that.
I got the title on In the Club, dog. I'm getting laid tonight, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I cared about, right?
Yeah.
It was like, dude, I lived your dream, bro. Why in the world? When I scored a touchdown playing high school football, which if you never scored a touchdown, me and you probably don't share a lot in common. I scored a few fucking touchdowns. And when you do that, I was looking in the crowd to see which girls just saw me score so that maybe I could score that night.
Yeah.
Right, dude? I was pussy motivated. Like, I want to be the man because I want to get women. I want millions of dollars because I want to get women. But I don't want to chase pussy because you only lose money chasing pussy. You never lose pussy chasing money. So I'm going to chase this money. And when I chase this money and I get these titles and I do these things, then the women just fall on your lap. And I wasn't ready for it, dog. I was not. Imagine this is your life. I'm standing on the corner of the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, and a car pulls up, a fucking Mercedes-Benz convertible, screeches its brakes, throws itself in reverse, and 2 smoke show blondes are in the car. And my friends will tell you this is true. And the girls get out of the car, and they go, "Are you Enzo Amore?" And I look at my boys like, is this really happening? Like, is this really happening? Like, these women were looking, and I was like, yeah, I'm Enzo Amore. What's going on? Next thing I know, dude, I'm in the strip club getting topped off, getting thrown out, the bounce. Dude, I'm in the strip club, like, and the girl is trying to suck my dick, and the bouncer's like, "You gotta get the fuck out of here." I'm like, bro, like, I didn't. What? That wasn't me, man.
I just wanted to laugh.
That was her doing that. It wasn't me.
Bro.
Wasn't my idea.
So, like, this is. Imagine you're on the side of the road. And 2 seconds later, you're just getting your dick sucked. Like, dude, I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, yeah. No, who's ready for that?
Bro, I was not. I could have gotten laid every night at that point in time, and I was doing it. And eventually, one of these bitches is going to be fucking batshit crazy, right?
Yeah.
So eventually, you do that, You're only famous for the first time once. You see what can happen. You learn from your mistakes. A mistake is a mistake if you don't learn from it, bro. And you can't teach that, dude. You just got to fucking learn. And I learned a lot of life lessons. I saw my circle dwindle. I saw people that were my friends disappear. I saw people that I loved and trusted fucking betray me. I saw people that were my fans fucking talking shit all over my name. And you find out who your real friends are when you're hurt. And who was left there? My fucking family, man.
Yeah.
My fucking mom and dad.
Your
my
brother.
Grandma. My brother. My people were around me that were family. They were my blood. So what did I do? I packed my bags and I went home. I went to my mom and dad because they're the people that care about me and love me the most. I spent 7 years on the road away from them. I was just on a bender for the past year, getting laid and drinking all the time. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I wanted to go home and be with mom and dad, and that was it. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about finances. It wasn't about wrestling. It wasn't about rapping. It was about time with family, grounding myself and preparing myself for what I always believed in, my next phase, my music and wrestling again. And like you said, people do love a comeback story, right? But I wouldn't even call this a comeback because it's like, dog, I never left in my mind. I've always been the best at what I do in my own head. And if you don't feel that way about yourself, you're not going to be the best. Ask Allen Iverson, ask Michael Jordan, ask Kobe Bryant, ask John Cena, ask the best at what they do, how good they are at what they do. And if they're honest and they're humble, they know what they think about themselves when they look in the mirror. And I know when I look in the mirror, I will fucking eat anybody's lunch out here in pro wrestling on a microphone. And I will back it up when the bell goes ding, ding, ding. And you don't believe that? I guarantee you've never been in my shoes because I was there and you weren't. You weren't there. You weren't there. You weren't there when I was sitting on the fucking steps at 5:30 in the morning waiting for the fucking door to open at the fucking FCW Championship Wrestling, right?
When you pulled
But
your
the guys
motorcycle
that,
up to
but
the
look
front door.
No, this is real life. No, that's the Performance Center. This is before I could afford a motorcycle. This is before I was in a video game. I am in FCW. I know I'm going to get fired, so I show up to work at 5:30 in the morning every day, and I wait on the steps for Bill DeMott to open the fucking door. And then they got to kick me out of the building. And then you look back in retrospect, the reaction that me and Cass got when we debuted on NXT, that wasn't a coincidence. Nobody worked harder and had it rougher than I did in NXT, and all of my peers will tell you that. Go ask Harwood. Go ask Sami Zayn. Go ask Neville what my life was like when I was in NXT, and they will tell you I went through hell. Like, mentally, physically got my ass kicked, got booked every night, never fucking took a night off, worked every night, hurt. By the time I got on the main roster, I was decrepit. I couldn't lift weights because my joints and my elbows had too many chips in them, and it would hurt, so I just ran, and I just stopped working out because my body hurt. Then I just started drinking because it coated the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not a coincidence that you get that reaction when you had it harder than anybody, and you showed up first and left last. That's not a coincidence.
Sounds like
you
Kobe.
showed up first, you left last, and what happens when you show up on TV? Boom. There it is. Don't look at me like I'm lying when I look all, no, not you guys. I'll look all my peers in the eyes. See, I can cut this promo on TV, and all my peers know I ain't lying.
Yeah.
Hey, bitch, where were you when I was sitting on the steps at 5:30 in the fucking morning earning this shit? You weren't there, dog. And that's like promo material. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What reflects on real life. That's what people want. That's how that shit works. But then in retrospect, you go, holy shit, there's no such thing as coincidences. I got where I was supposed to be. #1 merch seller in the entire company as a rookie because they were harder on me than anyone. And why are you so hard on me? I would like to think now, looking back, that they saw money in me.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be hard on me because they knew I was going to be an earner, and they knew what they had, and they wanted me to be great, right? When Triple H is shitting on me or pushing me or telling me I'm doing this wrong or that or I'm not worth it and blah, 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 it's only to make me better. You know what I mean?
Pressure makes diamonds.
I played football, exactly.
They're just
I get it. I've been coached.
Yeah.
And, you know, then it also gets to a certain point, okay, where now I'm looking at the paper. And I see the numbers, and I know how much money I'm making the company, and I know how much money I'm getting paid, and now I'm angry.
Because it don't add up.
Shit don't add up. So now you're just kind of, you know, you're in a weird spot. Because without Triple H, without the WWE, you got nothing, right? But you see what you're doing for them, and you know how much money your peers are making, and you hear the reactions they're getting, and you know some of them are making more money than you that aren't even booked on TV. It's like, bro, if it wasn't for merchandise, I'm not making that money. So, fuck, man. Like, it wasn't reflecting in my salary at that time, but, you know, look, dude, without that shit, you don't learn, you don't grow, you don't become a man, you don't have your own businesses and able to make your own decisions. And you know, I learned, dude, I went to Harvard. That's what I would call WWE. 7 years in the WWE is better than a Harvard degree. Go fuck yourself. Do 4 years in Harvard, go do 7 years in the WWE. You see which one works out better for you. You saw what I've done these past 3 days? Dude, I live a life of leisure. I show up, I sign autographs on action figures, I fucking leave. Like, bro, like, you know, that's all off a 7-year career in the WWE. And, you know, let's round this thing up. So, I gave you everything I got. I don't think I can give you much more than that. That's an interview, boys. That's a fucking interview.
He was wanting to see if you would do a freestyle.
Oh, you want to see me rap?
On this beat he's got.
Hold on a second. Let's see. Get this.
And then you guys can get heading down to watching that game. Getting down there tonight.
Okay, so my friend, I put out a word, said my friend from Skullface Records down in Cynthiana, Kentucky. His name is Nasty Nick.
Nick Nasty.
Nick Nasty. And he sent me this beat. You want to listen to it first, or you want to?
I mean, you can play the beat, but like,
nice guy and.
Huh?
I said you're going right into it.
You want to? Okay.
No, you can go right into it.
I'll go right into it.
All right.
Here we go.
Nice Guy Andy podcast. Skullface Records Radio.
There's only two things that smell like fish. One's fish. I ain't fucking with a dirty bitch. I love me a Jersey bitch. Also love me a s'more. I'm quite the whore connoisseur. 2 Spanish chicks, a black chick, and me make a s'more. I eat the s'more, I search for more. I open doors for me and more. Find some whores, I bang some whores. The liquor's reeking out my pores. Fire so I go so hard on Bonnie's horse. I often find them gentle towards a certain kind of whore. Pedicure, manicure, eyes that allure, figure for sure, hold on, that's danger. Why don't you just roll me up in a ball and shove me in your vagina? Cause I kinda sorta wanna build a home in your vagina. Lay the lumber, call it home, but rubber rips, a lotus blown. Isn't that how kids get grown? I was just trying to give it that LDP, that long dick parmesan. Now I gotta deal with baby mama drama. Do you believe in karma? Fuck what goes around and comes around, I'll go around, I'll come around. On your girl, yeah, your bitch. And I think that I shit, and it look like you're a bitch. I swear to God I know you, bitch. I swear to God I know you, bitch. I used to know her. How about Noah? There's a flood coming in. Got a run coming in. I don't give a fuck. I never give a fuck. How about good luck, Chuck? That's about me. Every girl I fuck goes and find a destiny. She finds the next man, but I ain't the next man. And I don't give a fuck about your ex-man. I ain't an X-Man, yeah, I'm like Wolverine. I'm a machine, smoking green. You can find me on the finest pussy that's pristine. And I don't care what they say about me. Certified G, everybody know me. Ain't SCWFT. Nah, not me. I was in the WWE, but they lost the E when they lost me. That's about that. And I don't care, I'm gonna put you take a dirt nap. Fall asleep, count some sheep. And what they saying? Oh, to fall asleep about 6 feet deep. Take a leap, and so I creep. She came through, she sucked my dick in the Jeep. I got a gladiator, call it Russell Crowe. I don't even know what you gonna do. I don't do no blow. If you wanna come through, you can do it though. You can do what you want. Got a body to flow. Got some shit that I can do. I can hit you with a tone. I don't do that little Enzo shuffle. Yeah, put my fucking music on, just hit it on shuffle. Every song is good, and I ain't from the fucking hood, but you can get it understood, bitch. This is hardwood, real big, real good. Yeah, you can get it right. I don't care what they say, baby. This is fucking white. Not no BBC, but we ain't breaking news tonight. You gon' come through this shit, and you gon' feel real slighted when I see you later on. It got ignited, yeah. The whole fire, I done started. This is for the departed. See you later, Leonardo DiCaprio. Everybody knows he likes hoes, so do I. And I don't care, I'm that guy. Yeah. Bill Nye, the science guy. Stick a needle in my eye. Never see me cry. I don't ever fucking lie. Cross my heart and hope to die. No, not I. I can never die. Legends never ever die. You can know this is a freestyle. I ain't fucking 8 Mile, but I don't care what they say about me. They a pile of poop.
Wow. Woo! You heard it here first.
Hey guys, I promise you that was a freestyle, bro.
The real one. Oh, you can tell.
Holy
No, I
yeah.
You couldn't tell.
You
It
couldn't
wasn't
tell.
very good because it was a freestyle. But if it was written, I promise you I would have demolished it. So there it is.
It ain't what your mama said. Whoa.
Anyway,
All right,
you guys
take it
go
easy.
on your
We don't
little
want us out.
rinky-dink
Bada boom,
bull.
realest guy in the room.
Yes, sir.
Can we get a couple pictures of you underneath the Nice Guy Andy podcast? And I got a
Dude,
book.
I definitely said some funny shit right there. I never said
That
before.
was great.
And
There was
It was hilarious, man. It was great.
It was great. It
We gotta
really was.
Well,
It wasn't hilarious, but here's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Out of that freestyle, if I were to listen to it back, I will take a bar that I just made up and use it later on in a song.
yeah.
You get what I mean?
If you can sign this book for us, this is our law. This is like a journal of people that come in. Take up the whole page if you want.
I only got a little bit of it, so yeah. That's what it is.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I've got those cards. Yeah. We'll just, we'll do that.
A lot of stuff about horse.
Here, will you,
We don't judge.
where's the light in here?
By the door.
It's by the
We're still
main
live
door.
right now, so just give me
We're
a
still
second.
live, yo.
Hey guys, there you go. That was the real one. He just busted a freestyle for us. What do you think about that, Sean?
That was tremendous. I loved it.
They're gonna turn our lights on and stuff.
They're turning on the lights, y'all.
Hey guys, I guess we're gonna end the show. Enzo's got to go. We're gonna try to get some pictures. So